back for a special interstitial episode of Han Took Shots First. I'm Derrick.
I'm Jack.
I'm Whitney.
Today, we are discussing the new trailer for Skeleton Crew, which comes out on Disney Plus in December.
December 3rd is what we got right now.
Tomorrow's test will set the course of your entire future.
Don't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what? What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy? A real adventure. No more pretend. I found something buried in the woods. What do you think it is? I think it's a lost Jedi temple. Hello? Be careful where you step. We're lost. Really lost.
Tis dangerous out there in space. Trust no one.
You're a Jedi.
And much excite for me. I hope this is going to tie into Life Day, which is the Star Wars Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Like the Star Wars holiday special, which is Christmas for us, is their Life Day.
I like that.
So I would hope
You'll know
that
more
this-
about
So
that
is
soon,
it-
wife.
Is
Yeah,
it
you will.
a Merry Life Day or a Happy Life Day or...
I think it's a Happy Life Day.
Gleep Glop Life Day.
Have a Gleep Glop Life Day.
Got it.
Yeah, you'll know more about Life Day soon,
Okay.
because I'm getting the Star Wars Holiday Special on Blu-ray in October.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, I thought this would be
Don't you have a
fun
guest
to-
for that? I'm not on that episode, am I?
You're still going to watch it.
Yeah, you still have to watch it, dude. You definitely have. If we have to, you have to.
Okay.
It's boring as sin and so awesome.
Are
after
you going to watch
45
with us or are you
minutes.
going to do your own thing?
No, this is one that Jack's Classic Caveats comes in heavily.
Okay.
If you watch this alone, sober, you are a mad person.
Do you nog?
No, fuck no.
No,
It's
it's
creamy.
creamy,
He
and
doesn't
white.
nog.
You
Oh,
don't
God.
nog.
It's just getting drunk with dairy sounds just like awful.
No White Russians?
Getting a buzz with dairy sounds okay. And you switch. You have one White Russian, one Caucasian, and you move on.
So let's drink those and pretend
All right,
it's
that'll
Life
be an
Day.
occasion for the Caucasian.
All
Yeah,
right.
we'll make it a Caucasian and we can sprinkle some nutmeg on top of yours so you think it's eggnog.
Okay.
But I thought it'd be fun to watch this trailer because it just came out a day or two ago. And we've been kind of keeping an eye on it. It got delayed for some stuff. And I thought it'd be fun just to talk about what we see and what we're excited about, if anything.
Yeah, I think it
So-
looks cool personally.
You want to give a little rundown of the trailer?
Yeah, so I mean, basically, we're in it's a very Spielbergian suburban neighborhood,
Yes.
but in space,
Uh-huh.
which is confusing, but we'll talk about it.
So
it's-
Spielberbia.
No, it's Spaceberg.
It's Spielberbia.
Spielberbia is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm moving out to Spielberbia.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
You have
Too
kids
much
on bikes.
There's too much crime in the big city. We got to move out to Spielberbia.
I mean, you're not safe anywhere. You saw what happened to Alderaan. This is taking place in the Ahsoka timeline. So at this
Oh.
point, not only is Alderaan gone, because that was the original trilogy, but the New Republic headquarters, which was not Coruscant, but that got destroyed in episode 7, Force
Okay.
Awakens. So
So where does Ahsoka
Wait.
fit in today?
Ahsoka's before episode 7, right? Because
okay, that's right, that's right. So that hasn't happened yet. So I'm just trying to figure out where this could be, and
Okay,
it's probably
so-
going to be a very almost no-name planet. But yeah, you are right.
I had to go to my notes because I have everything written down for the timeline from when we were starting this.
Yeah.
So I knew what order to do things in.
Yeah.
And this was last year or earlier this year that they said this, so maybe it's adjusted, but it's supposed to be 9 years after the Battle of Yavin, so same time as like roughly as Mandalorian 1 and 2
Season.
and Book of Boba Fett.
Okay.
And so Ahsoka is running around. So a couple years before the Ahsoka series.
Because we know at the end of Ahsoka, she goes to another galaxy
Yes.
that's like you can't really get to.
It's a far away.
Farther
Only the
away.
space whales can take you there.
So, or one of those big fucking rings they built.
Yeah.
The description for this said like children adventure in a faraway galaxy. I always thought they're going to kind of meet up with Ahsoka
Okay.
and either be how she gets back or just in a more adventurers to be on her show. Because I like that wouldn't it be, that's a nice little, what do you call it? Synergy.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice to have her stay there. Because otherwise now when I do watch episode 7, Force Awakens, I'm like, well, where is Ahsoka? If she comes back to the universe,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, why did she let this second coming of the Empire get so bad? You know, she would have just gone and fucked up
Gotta
Kylo
grow
Ren.
some balls and kill her in season 2.
Yeah, they won't. No fucking way you're wasting that Rosario Dawson.
Oh, that's what we said about Jackie.
Yeah, but Jackie's not getting a show of her own.
Why not? I love her.
And Yord.
Hashtag
Yord.
bring back Jackie.
Character.
Yord was great, but
He
I also
needed to
loved
leave.
watching him die.
Yes.
Anyway, we'll talk about this.
Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a very Spielbergian kind of suburban looking neighborhood. The kids are in like a 1984 school. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Like
No,
they're
it
being
is, but it's
brainwashed.
like kind of like Logan's Run
Yeah.
up a little bit.
yeah, like dystopian sci-fi kind of
Uh-huh.
school. And
Now
basically,
take Fallout.
basically they're kids on bikes, except for they're on little speeders,
Yeah.
and they find what they think is a Jedi temple. They go in there and blast off into space after finding some skeletons and stuff like
The
the Goonies.
skeleton crew.
It's so
Yeah.
very close to the Goonies. It's a space Goonies.
Well, for
They
the,
even have a one-eyed Willy robot.
dude, do you remember the name of One Eye Willie's ship?
No.
The Infernus.
Oh.
Or the Inferno. The Inferno.
The Inferno.
It would be great if this ship had any sort of like fire name to it. You know, can you call it the Phoenix? Or is there one already? There's Phoenix Squadron. But yeah, something like that would be kind of a cool little play.
I would love that. I kind of hope so.
Yeah, it's very Goonies. It's very E.T. It's
I'm okay with
very,
it. I want it.
Spacer things.
Spacer.
And as Derrick said, it's kids on bikes is the genre.
Yeah. And they get out to space, and all they show then is obviously you don't want to see too much. It's a teaser.
Yeah. But
It's
they go to
flashes of
Tortuga.
adventure.
They go to Tortuga, which is the pirate island. Jack Sparrow's farting around somewhere. No, that's just kind of what it reminded me of. You got like a couple different nasty looking versions of each race. People are buying and selling stuff, animals in cages.
So there's the elephant creature.
Yeah, all the kids. So there's
the ortolan.
mostly human, or human-like.
Human, yeah,
and then
human.
the ortolan.
Ortolan, which is, yeah, we
the
know
little
is
blue elephants. He's the
Max Rebo.
Max Rebo. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's
I was
name-
doing keys for people who couldn't see me because you're listening. I was doing a keyboard.
This
Oh,
one's name is
from-
Neil, both 2 E's.
And what was
no
that?
A.
What's the pink fuzzy thing in a cage?
Oh, I don't know. It looks very, what was that goddamn book I read? Oh, goddamn it. It's like Chuzzle? No, that's a game.
I don't know.
Anyway, I don't know this one.
There's 2 voice actors we hear because there's an alien of some sort that makes a threat to them.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
looked
remember what it
very sentient owl.
But
Yeah.
that voice sounded familiar, but I couldn't place it. And then there's a droid, the one-eyed droid, which is the one that Jack believes is being played by Nick Frost.
Yeah.
'Cause
Okay.
he's playing a droid in this
It
series.
is, well, he's listed as SM33. And when I read the,
Smee.
Oh my God! It
holy
is
shit,
Smee.
He's
Smee is me.
Smee is me. Lightning has just struck my brain. Also, side note, I would watch Nick Frost play Shmee.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he was listed as like a defunct robot, like kind of just shitty, and that's what this looks like. So it has to be him.
Because it's the one that wakes up on the ship when they see the one-eyed, like when they go through the quick flashes,
Uh-huh.
right? So
He's
they
gonna
show the skeleton and they show the robot waking up or droid waking up, and it's got one eye lit up. So, just like a C-3PO, you just need to screw the other one in.
Oh yeah, well, still HSB Chrome is non on that thing. I don't know, man. Like general vibe, I'm very excited. I know that Disney cuts trailers really well,
Which
so
I appreciate.
This is already just titillating me. But I don't know, maybe because we just watched ET on the main podcast Patreon. I'm excited to see this. I want to see
Yeah.
these kids on their little speeder bikes, which are,
Oh, yeah,
bicycles.
there's one that even has like a little side
little
cart.
sidecar for Neil.
I was
Also,
like,
one of
fuck
these
yeah.
little kids looks like your sister,
Which sister?
your younger sister.
I have 3 younger sisters.
Your younger sister.
The
Bryn?
middle younger.
The youngest.
Oh yeah,
Alexa.
you
Lexi.
can say
I always forget your sister's names.
So that is, you are talking about Ryan Kira Armstrong, who will be playing Fern.
Okay.
We don't have names for everybody.
That name is familiar.
Like Jude Law has a name, but not on IMDb. And I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you what it is now because I'm not very happy about Jude Law's name.
I'm not either, and I was a huge fan of Jude Law in the 90s.
And he could still bring it, but not if I'm not going to be
hated
happy if
his
his
little
name
face.
is
While you look that up, go ahead.
Jod Nawood. Jod Nawood.
That's stupid.
Jod, and then space N-A, and then Nawood.
And he levitates a key out of a cell, and they're like, "Oh, you're a Jedi!" And he pulls off his hood, but he's got this shit-eating look on his face.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's like really a Jedi or if he's like just a Force guy.
No, I don't think that they'll sell you a robe unless you're a Jedi.
Well, he
I
stole
just-
it. If he's a Sith, he
You
stole
ever tried
it.
buying white New Balance without having a kid? They won't let you. You have to have a kid or a
No, I have
stepkid.
black New Balance.
I don't know. I almost feel like he's trying to do like a Ewan McGregor look, and I'm not okay with that. You are
get
not
more-
Ewan McGregor.
I mentioned Pirates of the Caribbean. I get a little bit of the ride from right here. Like when
Oh,
you're,
okay.
you haven't been to Disneyland, right?
Nope,
Okay,
never.
so in the Disneyland ride, there's this scene where all the guys are in a jail cell, and the dog has the keys, and they're trying to get the dog to come over. It's just very close to this shot.
Like the
I mean,
Mask.
I've seen the movies.
very much like
Not
the
the
Mask.
cheese, the keys.
Well, that is a scene in the movie. I forgot,
Yeah.
but it's taken from the ride.
Yeah.
Okay, I have
And-
been to Disney World.
They have the same. They have the
I
same
don't know
shit.
what's because I have not been to there, so I don't know.
I've
what's
been to both, and I believe they're
Oh,
exactly
look at
the
this
same.
rich asshole over
God,
here.
what's it like being so privileged?
Like a white, Mr. White privilege right there.
in Knott's Berry Farm.
Let me put it this way, though. My parents were like, "Yeah, we'll go to Disneyland. We'll drive." Okay, yeah, that's 8 hours away.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll go to Disney World. We'll drive.
Oh,
That's a
two and a half, 3
5-day
days.
drive when you stop. You have to stop every day.
Yeah, it's probably 3 days straight through.
Yeah, I think my dad would be like, we're getting like 8 hours in, and he's like, "Get out of the car, or I'm going to murder the children."
Yep.
My mom and I made it to Iowa 2 days, like staying 2 nights.
I surprisingly made the Kessel Run in under 12 parsecs.
Oh,
myself.
really?
Yeah.
We got to remember to get across.
If you round down.
Texas is 2 days.
Right. We went, we
Wow.
go up. We went through
You can't do
Texahoma.
the Texas run in under 12 parsecs.
You can't do it, dude. I don't care if you got the Millennium Falcon or not.
But so I did my part of looking things up, which is who's directing things.
Uh-huh,
And
uh-huh.
and as Disney does with the IMDb info and even with what's released in general, they don't have all the information. But there are 5 directors listed, and they all say one episode except for the last guy that just says unknown episodes. So who knows what everybody's actually doing.
Uh-huh.
But I'm actually kind of excited. So John Watts is directing an episode. John Watts directed all 3 of the newer Spider-Man movies.
Oh,
Ooh,
I
all
see
the
that.
Spider-Man.
home
Okay.
movies.
Yeah.
And I mean, say what you will, I liked all 3 of them. The first one's, I think, the best one. The second one's pretty good. The third one I loved, but I understand that it's like Deadpool and Wolverine-esque fan service.
Well, and we're kind of big
So-
Sam Raimi fans too. Didn't
Yeah.
He
Well,
did.
yeah, well, and they pulled in Tobey Maguire and they pulled in
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield, and I liked all that. Some people didn't.
I
did.
loved that they made the meme, the Spider-Man meme, where it's the 3 Spider-Men staring
Oh,
and
yeah.
pointing at each other.
And then we have both Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert are directing episodes, and those 2 are collectively, they usually direct together. So I'm wondering if they're going to be directing together or if
Uh-huh.
they're doing it separately.
Why do
But
they
they're
usually
they're
direct
known
together?
as the Daniels, and they directed Everything Everywhere All at Once,
Oh,
which is one of my favorite movies.
yeah,
ever.
it is.
I
You saw
wonder
that
if
like
they're
3
gonna-
times in theaters.
Yeah,
They could either tag team with like an episode or set up each other,
yeah.
which
And
would be
the way
a
it's
really
listed-
fun.
Yeah.
If they work that well together, that
Shake
would be
and
a
bake,
really nice
baby.
shake and bake, dude. That's what we're gonna get.
It
I
says
can't
on
wait
their
for the
thing,
shake and bake episode.
It says on their thing 1 episode, but when you click the little information tag, it doesn't. It says 0 episodes on everybody, so it doesn't say who's directing what.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
they're both involved. And then there's a guy named David Lowery who has directed some stuff, but it looks like he was a producer on The Green Knight, which is a cool movie. So they're pulling out A24 people for this, which is
And
cool.
probably not shocked to find out produced by Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau.
Yeah. And then the last guy, Jake Schreier, I don't know him. He directed that show Beef on Netflix that everybody
Oh.
raved about, but I never watched.
I watched part of it. I didn't finish it, so that tells you
I don't
something.
know. This is surprise. People are a little upset already because
Shocker.
Star Wars fans
Star
are
Wars
upset
fans
at
are
Star
upset.
Wars. It's very shocking, and it's because it looks too cute. They're mad at the little what did I say it was
Orderling?
Ortolan,
The little elephant.
yeah, little Neil. People are saying it's just all right. You're leaning on the too cutesy too much.
Oh, I know why I recognize that girl, Ryan Kira Armstrong, her name at least. She played the Drew Barrymore character in the remake Firestarter,
No,
which was
Oh.
not great, but
yeah,
I never saw it.
it's not her fault.
no.
She was
Well,
also in The
maybe.
Old Way, which I have not seen yet, but it's a Nicolas Cage
I
Western.
have seen that one.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it's not bad.
And I didn't see in the trailer, I didn't notice her at least, but Carrie Condon is apparently in this also, who we talked about on a YouTube episode for Bad Movies, Worst People. And
Remind
everybody
me.
went, who? I don't remember
I
what
was
movie
about
we
to.
saw the trailer in. Like, she was in one of the trailers we watched, but she was from, I mean, I know her the best from Banshees of Inisherin, which was nominated for a bunch of Oscars last year.
Yeah, not ringing a
She
bell.
was really good in that movie. She did not yet Best Supporting Actress win, but Banshees of Inisherin didn't win anything. But she was really good in that movie. So
Okay.
having her in here will be cool too.
I like that I'm seeing Disney not doing the same old players because they probably could have easily brought in all these people that you just had on either Acolyte or people you had on Ahsoka or people you had on Mando. Like you have a bevy of talents.
Yeah, you do, but also if they're trying to keep everything in their own timelines,
Uh-huh.
and you people like us, and
Well-
like, well, you were just in that. How can you do this? It's not the '90s anymore.
And maybe it's Disney walking back. They haven't done great with Star Wars for a lot of people. I'm not saying that their shows are bad. They haven't done well for a lot of people. And maybe this is them like, well, let's shake that off.
Mhm.
You know, we tried the Bryce Dallas Howard. Nothing. I loved her episodes of Mando, but yeah, maybe they're trying to bring in a little fresh blood.
I love it.
I do see a bit of trivia here, which is probably true because I feel like it's easy to verify. But you're saying Jude Law was giving you, he's trying to do Ewan McGregor vibes?
Yep.
On IMDb, Jude Law attended drama school with and roomed with fellow Star Wars cast member Ewan McGregor.
You know that they banged the same chick one night,
At the same time,
and
They
she
spit
tells
roasted her.
everybody that story. I would.
Well,
I would too.
luckily it was before they were in Star Wars, so she couldn't say anything about them the forcing her. This is a bad joke. Sorry.
It's a bad podcast. It's a bad or worse people production.
I think it looks cool. I like I get what they're saying because when it first started, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Oh, that's why I wanted to ask you, what the fuck? I know you don't know what planet this is starting on, but what is this? Because we've never seen a
is
suburban
air.
like
No,
setting.
we just haven't seen this culture, right? I mean, how many
Yeah.
different cultures are there? This one, obviously, okay, much how Tucson has like a height limit and like a what do they call it? Night pollution?
Yeah, with the light
Light
pollution.
pollution.
Like maybe that's this planet's society is like, look, we want short buildings so we can see this gorgeous landscape we got.
Okay, yeah,
Could
'cause
be.
It's just weird because it does have that like '80s suburban vibe.
Yeah.
like bunch of 2-story homes and cul-de-sacs, whatever. But even like the city area looks more like a Earth city
So with the-
than we've seen in like Coruscant or anything. And then of course Tatooine, and those things are more like rough and tumble in the middle of nowhere
Uh-huh.
westerns. So like it's just kind of a weird vibe. But again, Tatooine is taking from westerns because
Yeah.
that's George Lucas doing his western thing.
That's what I was
This
gonna
is
say.
taking from '80s.
The actual answer is this is the style they want to do. And
Yeah.
at first, I don't think I liked it, but then when you look closely on the houses, they are very sci-fi.
Yeah.
Just not that roof. They look like they have shingles.
They
do look
that
like they have
does not
shingles.
normally scream Star Wars, but I think you just nailed it, dude. Like this, they take Western towns and put them in Star Wars. They
So-
take Nazi towns and put them in Star Wars.
A
Like,
humanoid got with a human,
uh-huh.
and the human was like, well, this is how we did it where I'm from.
Uh-huh.
And then bada boom.
Yeah. I mean, we have no
Right? A
idea
humanoid,
where.
is that right?
Yeah,
The human,
Near
like,
human,
Near human
humanoid.
is what they call 'em.
Humanoid just means that you are like 5 fingers and 5 toes on each hand and
one had
foot.
2 arms, 2 legs.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Let me think of like the Twi'lek with the long tendrils.
Uh-huh.
Those are humanoids.
Okay.
But near human is what Paul Bettany was in Solo, where you look
Right.
identical to human, but you're not.
hmm
But
And then his were scars.
veins,
He
like
had, like,
they're
the-
Oh yeah, veins. I did
Yeah.
remember. I did listen to that episode.
good. You remember stuff.
Well, thank you for being a listener.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I mean, it could be a planet that has never had trouble in its life.
Yeah.
Because these kids even say, like, let's go on a real adventure.
Yeah.
So maybe life is boring and it just kind of, I don't know, you never had hardship cultivate any sort of necessity for anything but this.
It's the Truman bubble.
Well,
yeah.
you had and maybe the planet's been through shit, but this is 9 years after Battle of Yavin.
It could
So
be
it
on
would
the
make
outer
it about
rim.
5 years after, or 4 or 6 years. I don't know how long the original trilogy takes place over, but because Battle of Yavin is the first episode 4.
Yeah.
But these kids, all that stuff was destroyed before they can even remember anything, because these kids are probably supposed to be like 10, 11 years
Yeah,
old.
you hear the tales of like these are boomers. Like after World War II, these are boomers growing up.
Yeah.
So
Their parents telling them about the horrible war.
Yeah.
But they're like, yeah, but houses are cheap, so.
That's great for you.
Yep.
Wait, insurance costs $1 a month?
I can afford to have all the kids.
But yeah, so I think it looks cool.
I'm excited.
I'm excited to watch it, and we're excited to talk about it, which we'll do the same way we did with
The Acolyte.
The Acolyte, where we'll alternate it with our normal episodes, and we'll insert the episodes about Skeleton Crew. Depending on length, we'll just do 2 at a time like we were doing, because I'm assuming they're going to be doing this
Breadcrumb bullshit.
Well, the nebulous number of minutes type of thing, where like one episode's 28 minutes, but one episode's 45 minutes. Unless they're all an hour. If they're all an hour, we might split them up.
The way that I said it, where they film a movie and somebody chops it up into a show.
Yeah.
That's probably what's going to happen, which leads to what he's saying. It's like, episode 1 was 48 minutes. Yeah, but then episode 2 was 28 minutes.
Yeah.
And it had
Worst
previously on and credits.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get it to you in any form we can.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you listen to us talk about Star Wars stuff. And go watch this trailer. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
If you're listening on Spotify, they leave a place for comments. If you're not, send us emails at hantookShotsFirst@gmail.com or at any of our social media, which is HanTookShotsFirstPod. And you can go to HanTookShotsFirstPod.com to find links to all that stuff. So thank you guys for tuning in for this little discussion. I've been Derrick.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Whitney.
Let's go on an adventure.
A real adventure. Han got run over by a tauntaun, looking for Luke on Hoth that day.